Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a review on the Pro-Mex Professional Double M Bag 2.0. So stay tuned. Hey guys, Carlo here. Today I'm doing a review on the Pro-Mex Professional Double M Bag version 2.0. This retails for $72 on Title Boxing's website. It is a Title Boxing product. It's made of 100% goat skin leather throughout the entire bag and is available in 3 different sizes, which are color specific. If you get it in black like I do, which is the largest size they offer, it comes in 7 by 11, meaning that it's 7 inches diameter around the fat belly of the bag and 11 inches in height. Again, this is the largest one they offer, and you can kind of see just kind of in reference how it looks compared to me in terms of sizing, even compared to the heavy bag I have back here. So this is the largest size. The next size down comes in yellow, which is going to be 6 by 10, and then the smallest they have is going to be a 5 by 9, which comes in red. So 3 different sizes to choose from, which are color specific. You know, when it comes to picking the size of double M bag, it really depends on you, on the type of, I guess, action you want to have. Typically when you go with a larger size double M bag, it's a larger target obviously, but the way it swings, it has a little bit more weight to it. So when you're hitting it, it has a little bit more of a pronounced feel. The rebound typically is not as quick as a smaller double M bag. And because of that, you have a little bit more weight to it. You can still work on your precision and your timing, but I feel like the larger bags are better for people that maybe be starting off in boxing. They're new to boxing, they want to use a double M bag, they need a little bit of a larger target that can still move pretty quickly, but it's a little bit easier to hit into time. The smaller bags like the 5 by 9 that comes in red definitely is more compact, will move a little bit quicker because there's less weight to it. So when you do hit the bag, there's less momentum from it swinging from one end to the other, and it moves more rapidly. And those are great too for those of you that are, you know, high-level amateurs, pros, really anybody. But when I say that, it's for high-level amateurs and pros because of the action of how fast those bags moves. You can really put your punches together for really quick combinations, typically with a smaller size, and you can really work on your accuracy, your punch placement compared to something a little bit larger like this one. Now, from a design standpoint, one thing you'll notice is that the way that this was designed, even with the logos, you can see it does have that Pro-Mex logo on both sides. Professional Pro-Mex with the title T in the middle, Mexico. This is not a product that's made in Mexico. Essentially what Pro-Mex is it's a line of equipment that Title has had around for a very long time, and it's basically their version of a Mexican style equipment. So they have their Pro-Mex gloves. I've done reviews of those many times in the past. Obviously this double M bag is basically their idea or their version of a Mexican style equipment. Doesn't necessarily mean it's made in Mexico, it's just their iteration of that. So you have that Pro-Mex logo on both sides. You also have the white welted seams in between each leather panel. And you'll notice the leather on here has kind of a satin to matte finish. It has a really nice texture and grain. It feels very high quality, to be honest with you. I mean, the leather on here feels very thick and very durable, so I definitely like that. You also have the hanging loops on both the top and the bottom with the metal rivets that go through. So the good thing is there's no plastic here, there's no nylon, there's nothing on here that feels cheap. Everything throughout this entire bag is either leather or metal, outside of the latex bladder on the inside, which pretty much all double M bags have, unless it's a foam style double M bag. But everything here, the mounting point where it's all stitched on the crown of the bag is really clean, high quality there. Again, metal rivets for the hanging loops on both the top and the bottom. So you have that, the metal rivets. You also have a QR code, a tag of where it's manufactured at the very bottom right here. You also notice that the inflation port is at the top right here, and you can replace the bladder if need be. The bladders are sold on Title Boxing's website. Just make sure you get the correct size, and the location of the inflation port is very important. So you kind of keep in mind if you do buy replacement bladders that it is designed for this bag, because if you don't, and if the bladder insertion port's somewhere else, there's going to be really no way for you to inflate the bag unless you take the entire bag out, inflate it, and put it back in, which is going to be next to impossible to do. So make sure that the inflation port is in the proper location if you decide to get this style bag and size. Because if you get a bladder that's undersized, then you're not going to fill the leather exterior of this bag. It's going to be too small. It's going to feel flat even when it's fully inflated. So very nice. You do also have the laces here at the bottom that you can undo to pull out the bladder if you need to replace it, and then tie it back up. The laces that it came with didn't actually have any type of plastic tips at the end, so when you remove the laces to replace the bladder on here, the only drawback is that if it doesn't have any type of tip at the end of the laces, it's hard to push through the holes to relace it. So you almost have to get like a little pen or something small and sharp to kind of push the laces through. Either that, or just get yourself a different pair of laces from like maybe some old shoes that have plastic tips, and just use those. That way you can push it through the holes. Next thing you'll notice is that this has a pear shape to it. I'm sure you guys have seen my other videos where I did the review on the Coleto Reyes double end bag, and it's basically like this. So essentially it's the same thing. It's basically an upside down teardrop pear shape. It's the same exact design. The only thing is this rotated upside down. So technically you could do this really with any bag. Just because the logos are upside down doesn't mean you can't use it this way. You can use it this way. You can use it this right side up, is how they intended, how Title Boxing wanted at least this particular double end bag to be used. Pros and cons on using it either this way or that way. It's just the angle on which you're punching the bag. When you're having it up like this, it's a little bit more of a steeper angle for uppercuts. You can still hit it with all your straight punches and your hooks. But to me, when it's this angle, you can actually use your uppercuts a little bit more effectively because you have more of a punch surface upwards. Where you have it like this, you can still do the uppercuts as well because you have kind of this, but if you hit it too low on the double end bag when it's positioned like this, like a teardrop, is that you'll sometimes hit the bottom and then the double end bag will buckle. It'll kind of do like a little buckling movement and it will take it off rhythm. So you can still hit it at the bottom, you just don't have the same tapered angle like you would if it's in this size. But outside of that, really that's the only key difference between the positioning like this or like that. So let me go ahead and hang this bag up and get it ready and show you guys how it rebounds and connect it. I know a lot of you guys have asked in the past what I use, and I've said this in many videos. I use this Pro Grip XRT. It's basically a ratcheting system. You can get this on Title Boxing. I got mine from Home Depot. I'm sure Lowe's or any other hardware store will have it, and I use this for the bottom portion of my double end bag. The top, I use just a regular rubber bungee cord. Again, get it from the hardware store. Oftentimes, if you order double end bags from Ringside or Title, sometimes they'll include the bungees with it, so it's pretty accessible. But I use this Pro Grip XRT, and the reason I use this is that I can adjust the height on the fly. So if it's for my height or somebody smaller, I can adjust it. If my son wants to use it, he's shorter than me, I can lower it down for him. One thing to keep in mind is with the adjustability of this is the lower you go, it's going to make it more tight, so the rebound's going to be faster. If you want to offset that, then you'll have to change the length of the bungee cord up top to give it the rebound that you're looking for. So anyhow, I have it set up for how I like it, with a good rebound right here. It's inflated all the way. Feels great, feels nice and firm. All the punches feel nice and crisp, everything lands. You can work your head movement, your slipping, your weaving, maybe shoulder roll, pull back, combinations. And again, the uppercuts is the big one here. You can hit it with your uppercuts. And it has a little bit more of a steeper target for the uppercuts. Hit it with some hooks. Get my timing down. So you can see, it does a great job, stays on balance, have no issues with it bobbing around or feeling like the action and the rebounding doesn't feel good. The quality has held up well. I've had this double land bag, I think, for maybe like 4 to 5 months now. And when I'm training here at home, this is part of my routine. I typically do 4 3-minute rounds on this bag. Depending on how hot it is, I usually start off like 8 to 12 rounds on the heavy bag and then transfer over to the double end bag and then end things with the speed bag. But this double end bag is a staple of my workout. It really gives me the conditioning I'm looking for, as well as helping me with my timing with the bag coming in. And this one has worked out really nicely. It's a good size. If I were to change anything, maybe I'll try out the next size down, the one in yellow, but that one's the most popular. I find that one's always typically sold out. So if you're looking at getting this bag, I think the yellow size, which is going to be the 6x10, is the most popular size. It's right in the middle. It's a little bit smaller than this one, but you're getting kind of the best of both worlds. The speed, the precision of a double land bag that rebounds quickly, but it's not too large. So, the guys that really want to put their combinations and work their speed will probably prefer that one a little bit more than this one. This is still good, but again, a little bit of a larger target that has a little bit more of a pronounced rebound, a little bit slower. Still works good, but really, it's completely up to you. But I would say that the 6x10 is probably the next one I would go with if I were to do it all over again, or if I decide to go and purchase that one, I'll probably do a review on that one as well. So overall, very satisfied with this bag, especially at the price point, $72 to get a full genuine leather, goatskin leather bag. Construction is great. It's held up nicely. There's nothing synthetic on it outside of the latex bladder, and it's worked really well for me in my training. So if you guys have any questions or comments, you guys know what to do. Put them down below. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find this Pro-Mex Professional Double End Bag 2.0. I'll see you guys later. Peace.